Welcome to EPG Pathshala. This module is on planning and administration of public libraries. Planning is deciding in advance what to do, how to do, when to do, and who is to do it. Planning involves decision about the library objectives which are to be achieved in the future and the ways to achieve these objectives. So in this module, let's look at planning and administration of public libraries in a little more detail. So what is planning? Planning is considered as the basic management function. It is one of the most important and crucial functions of management. It is also an essential aspect of management process at all executive levels. Planning states how the goals or objectives of an organization are to be accomplished. Thus, planning gives direction and meaning to a library's various operations. So, why do public libraries need planning? Planning is a simple process used in every public library activity. Planning is necessary because through this process, one decides where one is, where one wants to be, and how to get there. Let's look at some advantages of planning. Planning provides information to use in decision making. Planning provides a blueprint for the future development of the library. Planning guides decision makers in setting necessary priorities. Planning also provides information for use in the allocation of resources. Now, let us look at the guidelines for effective planning. Public libraries should be planned properly. Without proper planning, they will remain poorly organized and ill-equipped to meet the information requirements of their users. Planning not only gives proper direction to carry out various activities of the library, but also helps to take appropriate decisions in advance. Planning can happen at various levels. Let's see each of these levels. Strategic plans are plans that apply to the entire organization. They establish the public library's overall objectives and seek to position the library in terms of its environment. The tactical plans, also referred to as operational plans, specify the details of how the overall objectives are to be achieved. Operational plans have clearly defined objectives and leave no room for misinterpretation. Directional plans are flexible plans that set out general guidelines. Besides this, single-use plans are used to meet the needs of a particular or a unique situation. Standing plans are ongoing and provide guidance for repeatedly performed actions in an organization. Planning is the conscious and systematic process of making decisions about goals and activities that an individual, group, a work unit, or an organization will pursue in the future. Like you can see here, there are 6 steps in planning. Understanding the 6 steps of the planning process will turn the librarian's decision-making abilities into plans that will help to achieve desired goals. Planning for library facilities requires an evaluation of the library's future needs. Traditionally, planning for public libraries was the responsibility of professional librarians in cooperation with local boards and library consultants. Recently, however, planning departments have been established for planning. So, what are the areas of planning? A model public library has to be multifunctional and comfortable. It should exist in harmony with the natural and urban environment. It has to facilitate an open, democratic, and intellectual communication. The planning for a public library has to be simple and flexible. Efforts also should be taken in planning service areas, improvement of library services, library collection, and library automation. An institution or enterprise is established with the aim of attaining certain determined objectives. But how and who is to achieve these? For this, an organizational structure is raised, an administrative machinery is created, and management authority is appointed. The administration includes the people who are either planners or policy makers of a public library. They usually contribute to the library's overall expenses. The main administrative function is handling the major aspects of the library, such as finance. Other administrative functions usually include planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, and budgeting. Fayol believed that managerial practices were the key to predictability and efficiency in organizations. Many of Fayol's 14 principles and practices are still alive in today's workplaces. These 7 elements of management are considered to be the core of the management process. They essentially refer to the various steps or stages involved in running a typical information organization. To the above, communication, an eighth function of managers, has also been added.